channel. Today we're going to talk about something that is very different and weird. So I found this idea yesterday, and I've decided that every Monday we are going to do these episodes about basically the crazy things that our brains do, whether it's mental illnesses, delusions, or just symptoms or syndromes that you can get with your brain. So, for our first episode, we're going to kick it off with Cotards Syndrome, also known as walking corpse syndrome. So, what is Cotards Syndrome? Well, Cotard syndrome comprises any one of a series of delusions that range from a belief that one has lost organs, blood, or body parts to insisting that they have lost their soul or they are dead. So, cases have been reported in patients with mood disorders, psychosis, and brain damage or brain injuries. So the causes of Cotard syndrome. Well, it's not clear what causes Cotard syndrome. We do know that it's often a symptom of a deeper medical problem that affects the brain, like dementia, encephalopathy, a disease where a virus or toxin affects how your brain works, epilepsy, multiple sclerosis, Parkinson's, and stroke. Also, bleeding that happens outside the brain because of a severe brain injury, and the medical term for that is subdural bleeding. Some experts believe that Cotard syndrome results from two types of brain damage. The first is the way people view themselves, and the second makes them continue to believe this false view even when they are shown it's not true. Although not everyone agrees with this idea. Okay, so symptoms. The symptoms of Cotard syndrome are delusions one is dying, dead, or no longer exists, severe depression or sadness, and the medical term for that is melancholia. They have insensitivity to pain, withdrawal from social activities, patients stop speaking. They might refuse to eat because patients may believe there is no need to do so because they are convinced they are dead. So there's also hearing voices that say the patient is dead or dying. They will sometimes go as far as trying to self-harm or commit suicide because they are so convinced that they're no longer living. So some people do die from this syndrome. Ideas of damnation or rejection, and delusions of immortality. So those are the symptoms of Cotard syndrome. And who gets this? So Cotard syndrome can happen at any age, although it happens to a lot of people in their early 50s. Many people who have it also have a history of mental health problems, especially depression, anxiety, schizophrenia, or substance abuse. Most have some kind of brain damage that shows up on imaging tests. The harm may come from a stroke, a tumor, a blood clot, or an injury to the brain. So, how can you be diagnosed? So, Cotard syndrome or delusion is a symptom of another condition, not a disease. The fact that it's not there, it's not listed in the DSM. The The fact that it's not there means there are no firm rules to guide doctors in treatment. So, treatment. There are many ways to treat Cotards syndrome. The usual way is to treat the medical problem that is causing it. Most people do best with a combination of medicine and a form of therapy, like talk therapy, CBT, or I think psychotherapy. So medications that are used to treat Cotards syndrome are antipsychotics, anti-anxiety meds, or antidepressants. Most people need more than one type of treatment. In extreme cases, ECT can be an option, but most people won't need that. That's really extreme. So, I have a little article that I looked up because I thought it would be cool to put in a story about real people who suffered with the mental illness or syndrome. So, a 17-year-old named Haley Smith spent 3 years convinced she was dead. She suffered from the rare delusional psychosis Cotards Syndrome, aka walking corpse syndrome. And what helped her recover? Disney movies. So, I'd fantasize about having picnics in graveyards, and I'd spend a lot of time watching horror films because seeing the zombies made me feel relaxed, like I was with my family. Smith told the Daily Mail. She eventually told family and friends about her condition. They advised her to seek counseling. In addition to help from a therapist, Haley also credits classic animated Disney movies with accepting the fact that she was indeed alive. So she says, watching Disney films gave me a warm, fuzzy feeling. The Little Mermaid, Aladdin, Sleeping Beauty, Bambi, I watched them all. I asked my boyfriend, Jeremy, how can I be dead when Disney makes me feel this good? So she goes on to say, being a corpse was the most bizarre experience, but I'm glad I managed to get out alive. So, that was my little spiel on Cotard syndrome, and I hope you guys learned something new, because I sure did. And I hope you guys enjoy this, and I will see you guys later.